Yo, welcome to another episode of the First to 32 podcast. I'm your host, Steve, a.k.a. S-Dot, a.k.a. whatever you know me as. And let's get it in, man. I know y'all ain't seen or heard from me in a minute. Too long. But no, I had to get some stuff straightened out. You know, some other things happened. But we back, baby. We back. And the first thing I want to get into is yesterday, the Las Vegas Aces. They swept the Phoenix Mercury for the WNBA championship, so let's give it up for them. Asia Wilson, man, she dominated the game. What she scored 31 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, and she earned the Finals MVP. The Aces, this is their third championship in 4 years, so they on some Houston Comets type stuff. When Houston went for that 4P back in the day, I think that was the late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. I don't understand why they ain't bring the Comets back as an expansion team for the WNBA, but that's something we can talk about for another day. Yeah, Asia Wilson, she averaged 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks en route to win another WNBA Finals MVP. This is her, second WNBA Finals MVP. She is 2 behind Cynthia Cooper, like I said, when the Comets went on that run from 97 to 2000. And I think after this, it's time to maybe put her in that GOAT conversation, that Mount Rushmore. I think on the next episode, I'm going to dive deep into that. We get deep into that and figure out, you know what I'm saying, where she ranked all time as far as greatest WNBA players. For sure, she's the greatest of this generation. I think that's not even close. So far, she got 3 WNBA championships, 4 MVPs, 3 Defensive Players of the Year awards, 2 Finals MVPs. I think all around, she probably got the greatest resume so far as all around player. I know a lot of people, a lot of the players, they got either rings or MVPs, but I don't think none of them have Defensive Players of the Years to go along with that too. But yeah, let's give it up for the Las Vegas Aces. Next episode, we're going to dive deep into the dynasty they creating over there. Also, Asia Wilson's career. I know a big game happened yesterday. The Eagles, they got their ass smashed by the Giants. They got smashed by the Giants, and it was ugly, too. Hold on, let me pull up some stats. You could turn. So Jalen Hurts was 24-33, 283 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They shut Saquon Barkley down. He had 12 rushes for 58 yards. A.J. Brown, he had a lot of targets. He had 6 receptions for 80 yards. Not a lot of yards. Devontae Smith had 4 receptions for 50 yards. But the Giants' defense, the Giants dominated the game from every aspect of the game on defense, special teams, offense. That defensive line is a monster. They wasn't allowing shit. They was getting a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts. And even when he was comfortable in the pocket, he made a bunch of inaccurate passes. And you could see why everybody been throwing a fit about Jalen Hurts not really carrying the team and him maybe being overrated. Remember when Cam Newton had that big discussion about, is he a game manager or is he the one that's carrying the team? So yeah, that's like the whole debate is if Jalen Hurts is being carried by the team or is if he's carrying the team himself. They got a lot of weapons over there, and in the media, they are making it seem like there's a lot of problems going over there. A.J. Brown, the most notably one, he's probably complaining because he don't get enough targets. And I know he was saying like, yeah, they're winning, but their offense could be more explosive. They could be making better plays. They could be winning better. They could be beating the teams better. So this is kind of similar to back in I want to say this was 2023 when the Eagles, I think they came off with like a 10-1 start to the season. They were winning games, but the way they was winning, they wasn't really an impressive way, and they was damn near losing the games. And people was making excuses saying like, well, they winning, that's all that matters, until they made it to the playoffs. And then they lost because all of the problems that they didn't fix during the season because they were winning, they kind of masked them and they never fixed them. So they end up losing. And this is kind of the same thing. I think they're 4-1 right now. And but they're winning and they're not fixing the problems like getting AJ Brown the ball. Saquon's not having like big explosive games. They win in close games with teams they probably should blow out. Like this Giants game, everybody probably expected the Giants to lose by a lot. Me too. And kind of piggybacking off that game, Jackson Dart, he showed his ass. Well, I ain't going to say he showed his ass, but he kind of, gave the Giants a spark. It seemed like that's the spark that they've been looking for. He was, 17-25, 195, not that many yards, just 195, threw for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown. And what's the guy name? What's their running back name? Scatterbo or whatever his name. But Scatterbo, he was running super physical during that game. He was just basically playing bully ball against the Eagles. They had him like wrapped up on the pile. He just ran his way through, to score one of the touchdowns. And they just out physical the Giants. I mean the Philadelphia Eagles in this particular game. And that was one play where I do see why Dayball likes Jackson Dart. He kind of reminds him of Josh Allen, Dayball coach Josh Allen when he was in Buffalo. So I think that's why he really likes Jackson Dart. But he do play a little reckless on one of the running plays. He don't slide a lot. He try to run over the defender, kind of like what Josh Allen does. And on one particular play, he got hurt. I don't know if it was concussion or what, but he had to go into the blue booth. I'm tripping with my words. He had to go into the blue booth, the medical tent or whatever, and Russell Wilson had to come in the game for one play? I think it was 3rd and 8 or something like that. And Dayball, I don't know what it is about Russell Wilson, but it seemed like he did not want Russ, in the game. So Russ gets in the game. Mind you, the Giants are they having a good drive, kind of, making plays. Jackson Dart is making plays. And Russ comes in and throws cross pass to the receiver, but it's like maybe 8 yards too short of where the receiver was at. I'm not sure if it was a miscommunication on the receiver's part. He ran the wrong route, or Russ just read it wrong. But he threw that ball. It went into the dirt. Brian Dayball goes off, runs to the tent, trying to make sure that Jackson Dart is getting in. He's yelling at the doctor staff. I think that's the doctor or whatever guy who was in charge of the medical team. And the Russell Wilson got booed by the New York Giants fans. Let me see. I can pull this up. But it was crazy. And
We're down. Play clock at 1. Claps his hands, gets it away, throws, and that's incomplete. So it's 4th down. So the crowd vents its frustration. Well, they can't wait for Dart to get back in the game.
Yeah, he wants to know what's going on and how quickly he can get his quarterback back.
Well, I don't think he's getting good news here. I might be wrong. Maybe he was saying, why didn't he come back early? Well, you can't. He had to be out at least one play.
And this leads me into another thing. Is Russ' career over, or is his career over as a starter? Or because he doesn't have another big contract. That contract that he got from Denver, I think this is it. I think this was the last year on it, and he's playing for the veteran minimum with the Giants or whatever. But what the fuck happened to Russell Wilson? Like, he started off, he had a great career in Seattle. First couple of years, Super Bowl appearances, Pro Bowl appearances, one Super Bowl win. We all remember the infamous interception at the goal line that he threw. And I think since then it's been like kind of a media downfall, because Russ, he had some good stats a couple of years or whatever, but I think he got the feeling himself. He started the whole "Let Russ Cook" campaign. Wanted to be the focal point of the offense. A lot of his old Legion of Doom teammates, they never have shit to say good about Russ. I haven't seen one teammate come out in the defense of Russell Wilson. I know Richard Sherman was on Fox. He went off on him. Marshawn Lynch had a couple bad things to say about him. You got people who call him corny and shit like that. But it's like, where does Russ go from here? And I want to put this on record that I called it. During the offseason, when they were trying to figure out where Russ is going, or what's the next team he should play for, I told y'all what team he needs to go to. I think hold on. Let me pull up the clip. I'm finna let y'all know why I said Russ should go. Here it is. This was me during the offseason, before the football season started, telling y'all what team Russell Wilson should play for. Here we go. Then you got Russell Wilson. The Steelers talking about they not bringing him back. I think the perfect landing spot for Russell Wilson is probably at home with Sierra. Bro, go retire. I called it. He should have went to the crib with Sierra, had some more kids, because there's a lot of people saying that Russ has played himself out of the Hall of Fame. Now, how you do that, I don't know, but that's the thing with the media. It's kind of like, what have you done for me lately, or the last thing that they've seen from you. Now, me personally, I don't think Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer quarterback. When I think about Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying, I don't have a vote or whatever, but when I think about Hall of Fame, I think about were you the top 5 player at your position during your era or your time span, or just like a nice long run. And anytime I think about Russell Wilson, I never think about him being top 5 at the quarterback position. Because when he was playing, he had, of course, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Big Ben. Who else? You just had a bunch of different quarterbacks, and I never seen Russ as a top 5 quarterback during that span. He has 0 MVPs. The likelihood of him getting one is probably 0 now that he's at the tail end of his career, and probably at the end of his career, probably going to end up being like a career backup or second string, third string maybe. He seems like a good mentor. A lot of the younger quarterbacks speak highly of. I know Justin Fields had a lot of good things to say about him, and also Jackson Dart. But, yeah, where Russ going to go from here? And it's like, damn, homie. In Seattle, you was the man, homie. Fuck happened to you? And then it's this other clip that that's floating around on the internet, and it's the game that Russ got benched, and the first game Jackson Dart played, and Jackson Dart is giving I guess a victory speech or whatever, but they called Russ in the corner of the camera looking at giving Jackson Dart the eye. I seen it on the Raw Room. Shout out to the Raw Room. Check them out if y'all get a chance. I really rock with them. I also met one of they hosts out here in Chicago this summer too. He was a pretty cool dude. But I'm finna see if I'm gonna play this. Check this out. This shit was hilarious.
Bounce back,
Look at
bro.
him. Juiced up. Yeah, nah.
That nigga was like that.
That nigga is hot. That nigga is bad. That nigga was peeking around the corner on it. Hey, yo.
Faye.
Hey, Russ.
Hey, whoever.
Russ, chill out. Hey, Russ, chill out. No, for real, chill out, Russ. You ain't. Why you was looking like that, dog?
Hey, the cameraman, bro. Whoever videos, whoever recorded this, bro.
Nah, whoever.
You're an asshole.
Whoever edited this.
Because look how you. No, come on, bro.
Nah, that's crazy. That is.
So you're making the case.
That is crazy.
I'm done.
Yeah, man. I don't think Russ too happy about losing his job to Jackson Dart. I know Russ is always like the consistent professional. He always say all the right things, but he can't be too happy about losing his job. This was probably his last chance because he didn't really do too good in Pittsburgh last season where I thought he was going to resurrect his career. I was listening to a lot of the media and analysts speak on like Russ's like downfall is what he's not good at, and they were saying like because he's undersized, he doesn't, and he only goes for the deep ball or the down check. He's never really good in the middle of the field, and that's kind of his downfall on why a lot of the coaches don't like about him or things like that. But I don't know. I never thought he was a Hall of Famer. I thought he was a pretty solid quarterback, you know, very mobile, rocket arm. But I think that Legion of Doom defense led the way, and because they kept teams at a low point, he wasn't really asked to do so much. So I think when he finally got his chance to do what he wanted to do or thought he was capable of doing, because I can remember they were saying he was clashing with Pete Carroll because he wants Russ to let loose and do his thing on offense, and Carroll was kind of holding him back. And then he got Pete Carroll fired, went to Denver. It was a terrible 2 years. Went to Pittsburgh. He had an okay year, second half of the year, because Justin Fields started a few games. I think Justin Fields went like 4-0 or something like that. Russ had a good record, but once again, he wasn't really asked to do much. So him being like, we never got to see Russ be the guy on the team that leads the team and it be successful, because his peak as his career goes, he wasn't asked to do that much. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think he is Hall of Famer. But I will say this. If Eli Manning gets in the Hall of Fame, I think Russ gets in the Hall of Fame. So that's the thing about the NFL Hall of Fame. There's a lot of people in there that probably shouldn't be in there. But I think if Eli Manning gets in there, I think you could put Russ in there. So another not looking too good situation. The Baltimore Ravens right now, as we speak, what's this? Saturday, the 11th? Yeah, October 11th. They are 1-4. It don't look like Lamar Jackson gonna play tomorrow against the Rams. And this is another one. I think they might miss the playoffs. They're in a weaker division, so they may creep in if they go on like a run. But they'll be 1-5 because they're going to lose to the Rams. They'll be 1-5 when Lamar comes back. They'll get a bye. So that's a bye. Then hopefully Lamar comes back. But that team is ass to me. It's just ass. The team is ass. They don't really have a lot of weapons on offense. They let a few weapons go on defense plus injuries. They just not playing good. Let me see. They 32nd in total defense, 31st against the pass, 30th against the run, and 31st in points allowed. So the defense is just terrible, and the offense is either making big plays or they not making no plays in my eyes. There's no in between with them. And I say this about Lamar Jackson all the time. I've said this is what separates him, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes is, Lamar makes the exciting play, but he doesn't make the play. Like, the play to put the game away. The play in a clutch moment where your team needs you. And over the years, if you notice, like I would say the past 3 years, the Baltimore Ravens, in my eyes, one of their biggest problems was they never put their foot on your neck. Like when they were winning against the Chiefs last year, it was a game against the Chiefs, and they were playing and they were up. Was it the Chiefs or the Bills? I forgot which game it was. Me and my brother was watching the game. They were up, I want to say, by like 14 or some shit like that. And I was like, they going to lose this game. He was like, nah, it's over. I was like, nah, they going to lose it. They have a terrible problem with holding leads in big games. They always do some silly shit, or you could tell they kind of let their foot off the gas and let a team back in the game. Then when it's crunch time, they never make the play to close it out. Pointed the playoff game. Lamar Jackson fumbles. The tight end dropped 2 passes, one in the end zone, one before that. Like, it's just always a dumb play. Earlier this season, they're playing and Derrick Henry fumbles. Like, it's just shit like that. It's just like, something always goes wrong. And I think Jim Harbaugh, the coach Harbaugh will probably be fired after this season. I think he's been there for a long time. I don't think he deserved to be fired, but somebody got to take the fall for this. I think it's just a bad roster. And I think it's just, for some reason, people always make it seem like there's always a next year for Lamar. Like, that people root for Lamar so much that they make excuses for him. And I said it a couple years ago when they had the number 1 defense and the number 1 offense in the same season, and they didn't beat the Chiefs. I said that's probably it for them, because you can't get no better than that. The Chiefs team wasn't that good, and y'all should have won that game. And I don't think they could get any better. They put the best offense they can around Lamar with his skill set. He's not the greatest passer, but he make plays. You know what I'm saying? They put Derrick Henry. They had one of the better defenses. Let me see. I think when was this? Three months ago. Yeah, 3 months ago, we had a topic on the show, and we were talking about the Baltimore Ravens as their championship window closed. I said, if they don't win it this year, it's done. Here go my exact words right here. I'm going to play it for y'all. So y'all know I said it. I say a lot of stuff. People clown me for some of the stuff I say, but a lot of times I be right. So here it is.
Yeah, I give them a 3-year window.
Nah, it's over with.
How many years ago?
I think if he don't win it this season, I don't think they can win.
They gonna win.
I think it's this season and never. I think if he don't win it this season, he's smoked.
Come on, man. But now though, like I believe they can win though, but it's just like they trying to. I believe that the air dude, he was there when Ray Lewis was winning.
They did what they had to do to win for Lamar. I think when he first came in, they had a certain offense that they ran. They switched it up to suit his style of play.
No, you're not doing what's good for him because.
And also, what wide receiver want to come and play for him?
Dez Bryant wanted to play in his prime. They went to go get him when he was late. It's a lot of wide receivers that will play with Lamar Jackson. That's like playing backyard football with him.
A lot of motherfuckers don't like playing that. Those were my words. And since they not winning that shit this year, it's gonna take a miracle. If they win it this year, I'm gonna look stupid as hell. I ain't even gonna hold you. 1-5, come back, win the Super Bowl. It's gonna take a miracle. But we'll see though. But I think it's over with. I think the coach will probably be fired. They'll blow the team up. They'll probably let Derrick Henry go. They'll have to start over now. Try to figure out what type of offense they want to run. That defense is terrible, so they got to get back to old school Baltimore Ravens defense and see where they go from here. I wish him the best, though. I fucks with Lamar. I be rooting for him. I've always rooted for him, but it ain't looking too good. To transition off of that, it's a couple people I want to give a shout out to. As far as quarterbacks go, it's quarterbacks that probably took a lot of shit, or just having a good season that so far. Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, and Mac Jones. So for one, Dak Prescott, right now he got a 71.3 completion percentage. He's thrown for 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And him and George Pickens, they look good together. They look better than Dak and CeeDee Lamb. Even though I always said I didn't think CeeDee Lamb was like a number one type of receiver. I think he's better fitted in the slot. But Dak and Pickens they playing real good. Even that game that they played against the Green Bay Packers, they had a bunch of good connections together. So I want to get a shout out to Dak. Dak he got a chance of being the MVP this season if the Dallas Cowboys do go far, have a good record, because I don't think they'll give it to him if they have a subpar record or his numbers aren't like astronomical or some shit like that. They 2-2-1. They had that tie with the Packers. Sam Darnold right now playing for the Seahawks, 3-2, 73.1% completion percentage. He's thrown for 1,246 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He kind of resurrected his career when he played for the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know what it was, but Sam Darnold is proof that sometimes it's not the player, it's the organization that you land. Because playing for certain teams, I say this all the time, there's no way players was good in high school, grammar school, whatever, college, and then get to the league and just totally ass. Sometimes it's the environment that they're put in. Sam Darnold, I think he was drafted by the Jets, then went to the Panthers, then, went to the Rams, and then the Vikings. But what was it, San Francisco? I think so. But yeah, it's like sometimes you got to be in the right environment that suits you, the right offense that fits your style, be with the right coach that instills confidence in you. That goes a long way. Like just being thrown out there and expected, 20-year-old fresh out of college to like save an organization that's been terrible for decades, the New York Jets. And then the media out there, they horrible. They be on you. They hard. But yeah, that matters. Same thing. Next person, Daniel Jones. He's 4-1 right now with the Colts, 71.3 completion percentage, thrown 1,290 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I'm tripping. Again, being in New York, a lot is expected of you fresh out of college, carry a franchise that's been terrible for the longest, trying to turn things around. And that Giants team was bad when he got there. Saquon was there, but he was injured a lot. And like I said, that's a lot. So I think we need to go back to the old school way where we sit rookie quarterbacks. We don't play them for like 1 or 2 years. We let them sit and learn. And before it's that time, instead of just throwing them out there. Because it's a whole different game from college, to the pros. You got the best of the best. And thrown into like bad situations early, I think can hinder a quarterback and kill their confidence and fuck them for the rest of their career. Mac Jones right now, he with the San Francisco 49ers. They're 4-1. He's 3-0 as a starter because Brock Purdy went down. He's at a 66.7 completion percentage through 905 yards and 6 touchdowns, 1 interception for 3 games. That's not bad. The number's not that great or wild, but he's running that offense like it needs to be run. And to be honest with you, if he keep playing like this and Brock Purdy keep getting hurt, they might ship Brock out of there because Brock don't put up like really impressive numbers. They kind of play the same way. Shanahan offense is run off timing. So the way they plug and play quarterbacks is pretty impressive. Just like the third time he's done some shit like that. He did it last season. Well, that's how Brock Purdy got, you know what I'm saying, at his kind of position right now. So I don't know. Brock just signed that big contract. He may be expendable if Mac Jones keep playing like this. I just want to give a shout out to, you know, those players. I know we give them certain players hell or call them trash or weak. And now that, you know what I'm saying, they doing good, I want to give them a shout out. So I wanted to go over tomorrow's games, give my predictions. So you got Denver versus the Jets. I'm going to pick Denver. I think Denver has a better defense, better off. I think Denver got a better everything. The Jets, they play hard. They just don't win the game. They don't make that play. Justin Fields is okay, but I don't think he's playing that impressive. So I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos. Rams versus Baltimore. It'll probably be a blowout. Dallas, Carolina. Bryce Young is playing pretty well this season, but I'm gonna go with Dallas on that one. Cardinals, Colts. I'm gonna go with the Colts on that one. Seattle versus the Jaguars. Hey, Trevor Lawrence is playing good too. Shout out to Travis Hunter too. He been making some big plays on offense and defense. He been strapping shit on defense. in the games he play. On offense, his route running still is not the best, but with the ball in the air, he gonna go get it. So I like his ball hawking skills on offense. But I'm gonna go with the Seahawks on that one. Sam Darnold been playing well also. The Chargers versus Dolphins. The Chargers they probably gonna blow the Dolphins out. The Dolphins has been bad. Tyreek Hill is gone for the season. Messed up his leg last game in a terrible, terrible way. So get well soon. New England versus New Orleans. I'm gonna go with the Patriots on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Patriots on that one. I think Drake May, he's been playing well also. Stephon Diggs been doing this thing. I'm going to go with the Patriots. The Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Dylan Gabriel is starting, or another rookie quarterback. He played well last week. But the way he played was as if he was playing it safe, just not to lose. No, not really any explosive plays for him. But he ran the offense the way Kevin Stefanski likes it. And I think they were saying that's one reason why he likes Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur Sanders, because he runs the offense how he wants to, doesn't try to improv or anything like that. But they're going to lose this game, and it'll probably be a blowout. That Pittsburgh Steelers defense probably going to shut them down. Tennessee Titans versus the Raiders. I don't know. They both ass right now. My Raiders is really disappointed me this season. Geno Smith, I don't know what the fuck he got going on, bro. He just be throwing the fucking ball anywhere. Matter of fact, hey, go get Russ. Go get Russ. But yeah, that's a toss-up. I'm going to go with the Raiders, though. I think the Titans just worse than we are at this point. The Bengals versus the Packers. The Bengals just traded for Joe Flacco. They don't know what they doing. So Green Bay probably gonna blow them out. San Francisco versus Tampa Bay. This is gonna be a good game. Shout out to Baker Mayfield too. He having a good season too. But I think the Bucs gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be a close game. If it comes down to the last drive and the Buccaneers have the ball, I believe Baker Mayfield gonna make the right plays to win the game for his team. And then the late night game, you got the Lions and the Chiefs. This is gonna be a great game. I think if I'm not mistaken, Jared Goff is undefeated against Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna double check that, but I'm gonna go Chiefs. Damn, nah, no, I'm not. Hold on, give me a second. Cause that Lions offense, that run game is some vicious, and I don't think the Chiefs can stop that run. Damn, why is this so difficult? My head is telling me the Lions. But fuck it. 1, 2, 3, go. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs going to win this one. The Chiefs needed more, to be honest with you. That's what it is. The Chiefs needed more. Then Monday night, it's 2 games. I hate when they do this. The Buffalo Bills versus the Falcons. They might as well flex that game off TV. This is going to be ugly. The Falcons, they losing. The Bills going to win that one. And then the Bears versus the Washington Commanders. This is a game I really want to see. That Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams matchup. I think this is their second time playing since they both been in the league together. But I really want to see that game. I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders. I don't like the Bears. They're in the same division as my team. So, but I think that's going to be a pretty good game. That's it for week 6. I don't think I got nothing else to on the docket today. So yeah, that's it, y'all. Once again, it's been another episode of the First 32 podcast. I'm your host, Steve, aka S. aka whatever you know me as. You can follow the podcast on Apple Podcasts at the First 32 Podcast, Instagram at the First 32 Podcast, Spotify at the First 32 Podcast. Subscribe, like on YouTube at the First 32 Podcast, and I'm out.
Turn my music high, 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 yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
Sure I do. I'm from the streets with a hood to swallow 'em and bullets to follow 'em.